A vadászatban nem az a szép, amit ad, hanem amit ígér. This is a Hungarian proverb originated from Zsigmond Széchenyi, one of the most important hunters of the 20th century of my country. Translating to English, this means in hunting, it is more important what it promises than what it actually delivers. Chasing the game must always have a strong question mark, therefore. If your hunting success is secure, that is not a fair chase anymore. Limiting yourself so the game has more chance to escape is the right way. Even if our digital world offers tools that multiply the capabilities of the hunter, it is our personal choice to use them or not. That's why I love hunting with open sight rifles. Offers more challenge, requires more skill, and gives more solid memories. And if that open sight rifle is such a legend as the Norwegian Krag-Jorgensen rifle chambered for the excellent 6.5x55 Swedish cartridge, the joy is even stronger. This is a mashup of many days of hunting in Hungary, northwest from Budapest, in the Pilis Mountains from October to December, with the goal of delivering meat to the family table. When you hunt with a vintage rifle, you must accept that in most cases you won't have a chance to shoot. The game will be too far, the sun will go down too early. But going deep into the forest will surely compensate with little bits of magic everywhere. Ole H. Krag, the director of the Norwegian State Arsenal in Kongsberg, and Erik Jorgensen, the Arsenal's chief designer, had been working on the bolt-action rifle concept for decades in the second half of the 19th century. When the French label rifle was accepted, the interest for their design multiplied. The first country to adopt the rifle was the Danish Army in 8x58 R caliber, and then came the United States in 30-40 Krag caliber, and finally, in 1894, Norway in 6.5x55. Altogether, more than 1 million of this model was produced all around the world. My rifle is the Norwegian M1894 Krag or long Krag rifle. These rifles were produced in Steyr in Austria and Kongsberg in Norway. Today the long Krags are rare, as most of them were cut down and refitted with new stocks. In the two locations, more than 150,000 pieces were made. The Krag today is considered one of the most convenient and smoothest military rifles ever produced. An accurate cartridge and an accurate rifle. This is one of the very few rifles that has precisely adjustable front and rear sights. The original 6.5mm M94 Scarpe Patrone held a 156-grain round-nose full metal jacket bullet that had a muzzle velocity of 2,400 feet per sec. In 1925, the cartridge ballistics was improved, resulting the 6.5mm M25 Scarpe Patrone that featured a 139-grain Spitzer bullet with the muzzle velocity of 2,600 feet per sec. The new projectile required the replacement of the rear sight. This modification is marked with a D under the sight. The most distinctive part of the rifle is the feeding mechanism. The rifle is loaded through the gate on the right side of the receiver. Inside the gate, there is a follower that guides the loosely loaded cartridge up on a ramp precisely so the bolt can chamber them. The system is quite unusual, but it makes unloading very easy. The bolt has a single locking lug that engages in a recess at the bottom of the receiver just behind the barrel breech. The single locking lug is considered a weak point of the rifle, but let's not forget that it was designed for the mild 6.5x55 cartridge that can hardly generate chamber pressures, needing a stronger locking mechanism. The firing pin is cocked with turning the bolt handle that allows a quick and very smooth manipulation of the bolt, one of the best among the contemporary bolt-action military rifles. The rifle is equipped with the easy-to-operate flex-style Mauser safety. The firing pin could also be cocked manually. The rifle stock is comfortable and well balanced, and the pistol grip offers a very secure hold. The action has a magazine cutoff button that can turn the rifle into a single-shot arm. Let's not forget that the armies were still afraid of the soldiers, who will waste too much expensive ammo. This rifle is an Austrian-made piece. It was made in 1896. The 6.5x55 cartridge entered service in 1894 and serves the hunters and target shooters reliably today. It has a fast and light bullet, a flat trajectory, good killing power, and a very mild recoil. A harmonic round indeed. The Cellier and Bellow cartridge I use for hunting is loaded with a soft point 140 grain bullet and leaves the muzzle with a velocity of 790 meters per second. No magic, just a traditional hunting round. The trajectory of the cartridge is flat, meaning I don't have to worry about setting the sights or aiming high or low. Let's see now how the magazine cutoff button works. We are in the early days of November now, probably the most beautiful part of the autumn. By this time we can hunt nearly all big game species, except for the roebuck, but everything else is open. Leaves are falling, so visibility is getting better, but the days are quickly becoming shorter, so the chances don't increase. My ultimate goal is wild boar. We have several spots on our territory where we pour little corn to stop the continuously moving game. These are essential for selective hunting, and these are excellent places for the open sight hunter. Selective hunting means you shoot what is necessary to maintain a healthy wild population. In Hungary, the number of big game is continuously increasing, so game management is an important task of the hunters. Sometimes you don't shoot because you don't want to. And sometimes you don't shoot because you can't. For me, the outer edge of the open sight distance is maximum 80-100 meters. And this is much more. The rifle itself is very accurate. Let me show you the group of 3 rounds at 100 meters first. Even if I don't plan to hunt above 100 meters, I was really curious how the rifle performed at 200 meters with this cartridge. And I really have to say, it was absolutely not disappointing. Hogy 150-170 körül pontot visz. Mondom, ez calibre megint függő, de hogy alá megy, az nem.
Én mindig ez az alsó széle közepe miatt hittem azt, hogy én alálövök, de akkor nem alálövök, hanem aláhord.
És én nem a közepit célzom, hanem az alját.
Ja, és így megy oda.
Mert jobban elválnak a kontúrok. Azt célzom, tehát nem a közepit, tehát akkor az még több így, azt vesszük. Rátekerek, leszedem.
Lőd be úgy, és mondd meg utána, hogy hol van közép nekem. Meg hogy hol mennyivel fog alá
az körülbelül 170 körül. The development of the 6.5 by 55 cartridge was a joint effort of the Norwegian and Swedish army. By that time the two countries were a personal union, meaning the same king reigned in both countries. To ease military logistics, both countries agreed to chamber the rifles for the same round. Sweden adopted the model M1896 Mauser rifles, while Norway adopted the model 1894 Krag-Jorgensen rifles. A true vintage Scandinavian military rifle needs the snow, just like capandball. We had an excellent 4 or 5 days in December with snow like in the good old times. These are the days when going out into the woods is a must. It is the start of the Advent, the sacral start of the Christmas season. This is one of my lucky places. I shot many wild boars, red deers and roe deers in this location. This is an excellent junction for the big game of the area. Just at 2 hours wait, a roe deer arrived. The situation seemed perfect. I took a careful aim and made a nice, clean miss. A week passed, and the snow nearly completely melted. The snow itself is a good help for the open sights, as it gives a strong contrast to the game, makes the sight alignment easier. The distance was not more than 60 meters, and the kill was fast and clean, something that the hunter always wishes for. We wait a few minutes before approaching the game and before executing the traditional ceremonials. One branch as the last bite for the game, one for covering the wound, and one to be placed on the head of the hunter. Opening and cleaning the game and taking it home for further processing is just as important as being able to stay quiet and stalk in the woods. That's how I do it. I'm probably not the best in it, but still, it takes only a few minutes this way. For some, this is a disgusting job. For me, this is something that I would never let anybody do for me. If you don't like to see how the meat is processed in the first phase, please skip this part. That's the liver. nice bag. Well, you shoot it, you take it. Take care. As walking along the way out of the woods, I already started to think about what an excellent breakfast the liver will make, and what a beautiful roe deer Christmas goulash dinner I'll make for my family. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very Merry Christmas in the year of 2023.